Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's from pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the future, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them hands, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ET. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? And make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? And make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? And make profits. That TTG money gang, we some snipers.
Boom! What's up, everybody? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. What a crazy day in this market. The best day the market's had since, November of 2020. We were up at highs, up around over 900 points on the Dow. How could that be possible with all of the doom and gloom over the weekend? Remember, there was supposed to be this emergency Fed meeting that was supposed to signal some cataclysmic event. Wrong. I told you guys that yesterday on the live stream, that the emergency Fed meeting today was not an emergency meeting at all, which is why it is so important for you guys to understand where you are getting your information from. Everybody was talking about Credit Suisse being a Lehman Brothers moment over the weekend. I told you guys in the live stream yesterday, last night, that a lot of the FUD, a lot of the fear mongering that was happening over the weekend was not warranted, and a lot of it was not actually true, and a lot of it was not factually accurate. Okay, that's why it's so important for you guys to get your information from credible sources. We talked about that last night in the live stream. We have a lot to go over here today, guys. This is a rip your face off rally in the markets today, but can it be trusted? Is the stock market crash over? Is it just a bear market rally? Is it just a dead cat bounce? Is this something that we can trust? We saw a big rally in the markets last week on Wednesday, but that was nothing more than a dead cat bounce. We continued lower the next 2 days. But this day today feels a little bit different. Feels like more than a dead cat bounce. I'm going to tell you exactly how far I think this rally is going to take us. And I'm going to explain to you on this live stream why the month of October is the single most important month of the entire year. I'm going to give you statistics. I'm going to give you history. I'm going to give you analysis. I'm going to give you data. I'm going to give you my opinions and my calls on this market here on this live stream. So everybody that's been sitting back and kind of, was ducking for cover over the weekend, you better get your head out from underneath the couch, because shit's getting real. Okay. I'm also going to be covering the top trending stocks from today. There's a list of stocks from today that were just lighting up on social media that everyone was talking about. We're going to cover the top trending stocks of the day today. And then we're going to be going over, like I said, we'll talk about the SPY. I'll tell you exactly what I think happened to the SPY, how I plan on making money from it. We're going to talk about Tesla. We're going to talk about FNGR. We're going to talk about ATXI. We're going to talk about KPRX. There's a lot that we got to go over, a lot that we got to unpack on this live stream here today. So welcome. Sit back, relax, enjoy. My name is Michael Edward, head trader at True Trading Group, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the current head trader at True Trading Group. And guys, I've been doing this for a long time. I learned during 2008, which is the time that everyone is starting to try to compare this to, this whole Credit Suisse thing that was going on. I did a whole live stream last night. I broke down the whole Credit Suisse situation and the Credit Suisse scenario. I'm going to touch upon that again here today. But I began my career working at a fund in New York City, my first job right out of college. And then 2008 actually happened. 2008, the great financial crisis, the great recession, the great stock market crash. But that's also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. I love these environments. I love this volatility. It's kind of where I feel at home. It's where I learned how to become the trader that I am here now today. Now I'm the head trader, like I said, at True Trading Group, and along with my team of 9 other professional trading mods and an over 20-person staff. Guys, we've helped thousands of traders and investors from all over the world learn to trade and profit consistently. TTG is now the fastest growing and highest rated premium online trading education platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, workshops, and mentorship for stocks, options, crypto, futures, all styles of trading, day trading, swing trading, and yes, also even long-term investing. At TTG, we take our university level curriculum, we combine it with today's top financial tools that are worth well over $5,000 a year on their own. Never mind everything else that you get access on the TTG platform. But we're going to give you access to also 10,000 of the TTG family members that are the most educated, most supportive, most helpful, most successful community of traders you are going to find. And of course, all of the real-time trade alerts from myself and the rest of the pro trading mods that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% going on for the last 2 years now. We're a family at True Trading Group. We leave no traders behind. If you are new to this channel, make sure that you smash that like button, you subscribe to the channel, because I do this 6 days a week. You want to make sure you subscribe and you turn on your notifications. Don't ever miss out on any one of these live streams, because I give you actual, real, actionable information that can help you guys make better decisions instead of all the garbage that gets spewed out from endless sources of social media and the likes, like you saw over the weekend. You know, I got to tell you guys, it's so funny. It's so funny. I got so many messages from people over the weekend, people that were telling me, oh man, this is going to be bad. This is going to be a 2008. Everybody was talking about Credit Suisse. Everyone was like, Mike, what's going on with this emergency Fed meeting? I was literally having people on social media tag me in other people's posts about an emergency Fed meeting. I was having people tag me with, YouTube videos of people saying emergency Fed meeting. And if I had to see one more person post about this emergency Fed meeting over the weekend to try and scare the crap out of everybody, I was going to lose my mind. And I came on this live stream yesterday and I told you guys that you guys have, a very real problem, and that's getting credible information. And with regard to this emergency Fed meeting, it was not an emergency Fed meeting at all. And I explained this to people yesterday. And a lot of people are like, wait a second, how's the markets up? How are the markets up 900 points today if there's this emergency Fed meeting? And everybody was talking about this being some cataclysmic event, that the Fed had to have this emergency meeting. First of all, it was a meeting of Fed governors, not the FOMC voting members, who are the people that actually set monetary policy. There's Fed presidents, there's Fed governors, and then you have the actual voting members of the FOMC. And the voting members are the ones that actually will set that monetary policy. This was not an FOMC scheduled meeting. It was not an emergency FOMC meeting. It was a meeting of Fed governors, which is something that happens basically literally almost every single month. Maybe there's 1, 2, tops 3 months throughout the course of the year that they do not have these meetings to talk about specific topics as Fed governors. And I try to explain this to people on the live stream here last night, but people don't do their actual research. They see people online and all they, try to spew this fear and make people absolutely panic. You almost make it feel like that people panic, or that people put this stuff out almost to purposely make retail people panic so that they can just sell everything it is that they're holding and everything it is that they own. And I told you guys that was not the case, that you were not going to have, a situation where this Fed meeting is something that is of an emergency, or that this Fed meeting is something that Jerome Powell had to call this emergency meeting because, you're about to have this cataclysmic event. It wasn't that at all. Now, I'm not saying that means that everything is sunshine and rainbows out there and it's like, hey, let's just go, buckle up, we're going back to all-time highs. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you really got to be mindful of these people that are out there and wonder, how do they make money? How do these people that are putting out these things make money? By getting your views and getting your clicks. They don't care about the quality of the information that they're going to give you, because they don't care about helping you actually make better decisions that can improve your financial situation for you and your family for many years to come. All they care about is getting their views and their clicks up. So they're going to put out things like emergency Fed meeting, Great Recession, all these crazy headlines in order to get you to click on them, because they know if they scare you enough that you're going to click and you're going to watch and you're going to listen to what they have to say. Well, unfortunately, most of the stuff that they have to say is complete nonsense and it's complete garbage. And that was proven to you here today. And I told you this last night. Okay, I didn't think the market's going to be up 900 points today by any means. But what I told you yesterday, it's not what I'm saying, where I kind of told you this yesterday. I told you yesterday that this emergency Fed meeting was not an emergency actually at all. You have to understand the difference. And that's why I even put out a tweet today. I'm like, anybody that was spewing this over the weekend about this emergency Fed meeting, you either A, have no idea what you're talking about and therefore should never speak on markets ever again, or you did know that it wasn't actually this massive emergency type of cataclysmic event or anything of even significance for the markets whatsoever. And then you just decided to just lean on top of that fear just to get more views anyway. And therefore you also should never be talking about markets ever again, because you're not putting out factual information that's going to help anyone make better decisions for them and themselves. That's where we differ. Okay. I don't care about clicks or about views. What we do at True Trading Group and what our main goal has always been is to educate and empower the retail trader so that they can get real information, real knowledge, real analysis, so that you can make better decisions for you and your families. And I told you guys this yesterday, and now we come into the day today, and it's like all the same people that were telling me that the world is ending yesterday and over the weekend because of Credit Suisse and because of this situation with the Fed meeting. It's like all of a sudden those people just kind of disappeared today when you have this huge rally, this rally day in the markets. Now, again, I'm not saying this huge rally day in the markets means like, hey, green light, coast is clear. But I told you yesterday that I think October could be the month that everything kind of turns around here for this market. And I got to tell you, today's move in the markets was impressive. You know, I feel like this is a little bit different than the little bear market, the little dead cat bounce that you got on Friday, on Wednesday, which was evaporated very, very quickly. That was this day right here. We actually caught this day to the long side, which is pretty crazy. I got call options on Tuesday last week, and then we were able to rip off a 50% gain on those call options on this Wednesday. But that Wednesday turned out to be just a nothing more than a dead cat bounce. And then now you get jammed up here with this bear market rally today. And you know, my gut's telling me that this bear market rally that you just got here today, my gut tells me there might be more to this. You've got a ton of economic catalysts that are coming out here this month. And I think October is going to be the most important month of the entire year. And I told you this yesterday, and I firmly do believe that everybody that has been sitting on the sidelines, okay, everybody that's been sitting on the sidelines for this last entire year of 2022, I'm telling you guys this now. And the last time that I told you this was like the middle of August, okay, when I gave you kind of a buyer beware warning. And go back and watch my live streams from August 15th, 16th, 17th. I gave like a buyer beware. And I told you guys that the CPI number that we were going to get from the month of August, which is data you got in September, that I told you that was going to be a major catalyst. That was going to move markets drastically. I told you this was going to be a major market moving event, and you can't afford to be sitting on the sidelines during this time. And that turned out to be accurate because you got a massive move to the downside during that time, and we were able to capitalize on that down move in the overall markets. I'm telling you guys this now again. If you did not listen to me before, listen to me here now. October is potentially could be make or break. I want to give you guys some statistics about the month of October that a lot of people may not know about, or maybe you do know about it, but necessarily, then maybe you don't know about it actually, because I don't think many people do know about this. But listen to me very carefully about the month of October. Listen to me very carefully. September is the worst month of the entire year historically for the S&P. Always has been. If you go back to 1928 and you look at every single month and you look at every single month of every single year, September, on average, the worst month by far of all of the months of the calendar year. Whenever you have had a situation where the S&P 500, I'm going to give you more stats. Whenever the S&P 500 is down more than 15% going into the fourth quarter, okay, when September ends, October begins, that's the start of the fourth quarter. There has only been one time in history that when the S&P 500 was down more than 15% going into October, there has been one time in history that the S&P 500 went down in the month of October. And that was during 2008 when Lehman Brothers declared bankruptcy. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say. Well, maybe this is the second time in history. And just like Lehman Brothers declared bankruptcy in October, maybe Credit Suisse declares bankruptcy in October. Listen to me very carefully. What's going on with Credit Suisse? Credit Suisse, are they in a great financial situation? No, they're a struggling bank, mostly due to risk management and a lot of different, issues that they have had over the years. Credit Suisse got absolutely destroyed when Archegos, which was a massive hedge fund that got blown up during the Viacom situation. So when Viacom stock went absolutely bonkers and then crashed and plummeted, Credit Suisse was on the opposite side of that leverage, where you had a hedge fund manager who basically 20x'd his entire portfolio and his entire hedge fund and got caught in a major collapse of Viacom stock. And that gave billions of dollars in losses to Credit Suisse. Billions of dollars in losses to Credit Suisse. This is far before inflation. This is far before the Fed raising rates. This is far before quantitative tightening. This is far before the credit default swap starting to spike. Credit Suisse has had major issues. Okay. Now, yes, Credit Suisse actually has more assets under management than when Lehman Brothers went bankrupt in 2008. But when Lehman Brothers went bankrupt in 2008, it was the final straw that broke the camel's back. Lehman Brothers was run by a company that had absolutely no friends, was run by a CEO that had absolutely no friends at all whatsoever. And they purposefully let Lehman Brothers go under to prove a point and to send a message to the irresponsible leverage and risk adverse positioning that hedge funds and investment banks on Wall Street were taking at the time. Credit Suisse is a very different scenario. Credit Suisse is the staple face of the Swiss. And the Swiss are known for decades about the financial privacy, the financial security, and the financial stability of their banking system. And Credit Suisse represents that. There is no way in hell that I think that the government, the Switzerland, would let Credit Suisse fail. They are a Swiss bank. I do not believe that they're going to let them fail. That's first and foremost. It'd be way too much egg on the face for the country itself. So even if Credit Suisse had issues where they were in threat of becoming insolvent, I think that you would either see one of two things happen. Either the government would step in and they would come in and they would save the bank, just like the U.S. did the TARP program, and they saved banks back in 2008. The TARP program turned out to be an immensely successful venture for the U.S. government. They actually made a ton of money on the money that they actually gave out. The taxpayer actually made out when a lot of that money came back into Treasury from the TARP program. That actually turned out to be a very good move and actually made a lot of money on that program. It was one of the best investments that government's ever made. You'll probably see something similar to that if something was to happen on Credit Suisse. On the other hand, I think you would see companies like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, who are extremely well capitalized. These banks are nowhere near the situation that they were in 2008. They are not collateralized. I mean, they're not leveraged like they were and marginalized like they were in 2008. They are much, much more stably collateralized. They are much, much more liquid. Their risk is way, way, way lower than it was in 2008. And there's been a lot of things that have been put in place since 2008 to avoid something like that from ever happening again. And the banks and the financial system today is in a much stronger position than it was in 2008. I do not believe that Credit Suisse is going to be a Lehman Brothers event if you're talking about a systemic issue amongst the banking system. I don't see that being the case. I see it being an individual case with Credit Suisse. Deutsche Bank is also not really that great. They've been having trouble for years. But I think you would see like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they would just come to the table and be like, hey, Credit Suisse, what do you need? 10 billion? No problem. Here's 10 billion. We've got it. We'll cover it. And then they're going to take over ownership of the bank or percentage ownership of the bank, where maybe Goldman Sachs, using Goldman Sachs as an example, it could be any of them, or it could be a combination of them, where they take over, 30% ownership of the bank, something like that. Something like that would happen first, before you see Credit Suisse employees walking out of their building, like holding boxes and like the somber moment that it was in 2008 when Lehman Brothers went under. And that's just my honest and straight opinion. People think that Credit Suisse is going under because you saw a massive spike in the spreads for their credit default swaps, which is to save, for people that, might not understand credit default swaps, which are a little bit more of an advanced thing, is basically a way for, as risk of a default increases, the spreads of those credit default swaps goes up. And you saw the spreads for Credit Suisse, they're up to almost the levels that they were back in 2008. Credit Suisse didn't go under in 2008. They survived. But the credit default swap, the spreads are about almost, not there just yet, but almost as high as they were in 2008. They're at 14-year highs. All right. But to put that into perspective, they've got a similar spread as General Motors does. All right, so there's a similar spread on credit default swaps for General Motors as there is in Credit Suisse, but no one's talking about General Motors going bankrupt. Morgan Stanley in 2012 had double the spread on their credit default swaps as Credit Suisse has right now. So is it a good sign to see this happening in Credit Suisse? No, of course not. Is the company actually in some trouble? Yeah, probably. But when you take a look at all their most recent filings, they've got a good score on the stress test that they just went through. They have a good score on that stress test. You got to look at the facts. You got to look at the numbers. You got to look at their balance sheet. From what I'm seeing on their financial statements, it doesn't seem to me like you have like a systemic issue there. And I don't really think that it's going to be this Lehman Brothers event. But over the weekend, you had this situation where everybody is trying to take advantage of the fear, and they're trying to throw all this FUD and fear down your throat to cause you to absolutely panic and run around like a chicken with your head cut off, or run around like your hair's on fire. October is going to be the month. I can't stress this to you enough. October is going to be the month. I came on this live stream. I gave like a call. I gave a call for the end of the year earlier about 2 months ago, where I said I thought that you can experience a little bit of what I call a Santa Claus rally going into the end of the year. And I expected us to go a little bit lower here, especially after last week's action, like after Thursday and Friday of last week. I thought this market was going to go further to the downside. Now you come into the day today and nothing's really changed. Nothing has really changed. There wasn't like a major, massive catalyst today that caused the markets to turn around and to make this 800, 900 point move to the upside. There really wasn't a major catalyst for it. And you start to look back and you go, man, this market has been thrown a ton of negative headlines, and it's doing a nice job of holding. And it held a massive support level that we talked about yesterday on the live stream, and that massive support level was the 200-day moving average on the weekly chart. We held it. And now, how much further can we get ourselves off of this level? You've got major catalysts that are coming out here this month that are going to dictate what this market's going to do. And I said this last night, I'll say it again. October could be the month that all of this turns around. I think October is make or break for this market. You're going to have CPI data comes out on October 13th. That's going to be huge. And you know what's funny? As I'm saying this to you on this live stream, Cantor Fitzgerald, there's an analyst on CNBC that was just there just minutes ago who literally was one of the biggest bears of all year. One of the biggest bears was this analyst from Cantor Fitzgerald. He was just on CNBC, and he was talking about the S&P going to like 3,200 this year, going down to 320 this year. Not next year, talking about going there this year. He just came on CNBC right now and threw everybody a complete curveball because he's been one of the biggest bears on the whole street, and one of the biggest bears on the street just today, right now, with Scott Wapner on CNBC on the Closing Bell show on CNBC, just literally said, we are changing our call. We are bullish now for a 3-month rally. That is what Cantor Fitzgerald analyst on CNBC just said. I didn't say that. Cantor Fitzgerald analyst just said that on TV right now on CNBC. Now, he's been bearish all year. So what is it that just made him change his tone? Why is one of the biggest bears on the entire street? Why is he starting to shift and becoming bullish? Well, some of the things that he highlighted, inflation is beginning to come down rapidly, is what he said. I don't know if it's beginning to come down rapidly, but we've got to see that. Okay. But I think inflation has peaked. I think inflation is coming down rapidly. I don't really know if it's coming down rapidly. Some areas it's coming down rapidly, but other areas it's become a little bit sticky. Okay. It's become a little bit sticky. But these are something that he's talking about, right? These are reasons why you have one of the biggest bears in the entire market is literally just switched and said, I'm bullish for a 3-month rally. I was blown away to hear this guy say this because he's been bearish all year. And I've been bearish all year. Last year, I told you guys September and October last year that I was selling out my long-term portfolio because I expected a crash this year. And after last week, I thought maybe we were going to have a little bit more downside, but I'm telling you, this market is setting up. If a couple of these catalysts go our way in October, if you get a CPI print that's under expectations, if earnings are not as bad as everybody thinks that they are, I really do think you can get that Santa Claus rally at the end of the year. And if you're sitting on the sideline because you think that you're going to have some end of days event here in 2022, you're going to miss that 3-month rally and you're going to be kicking yourself right in the ass. And honestly, it doesn't matter whether markets go up or down. To be completely frank with you, I don't really care whether the markets go up or down because eventually the market's going to move back up. It's going to hold its gains. And until then, I'm making money trading this volatility. I love when you have stock market crashes like this because volatility increases big time. You're able to trade the volatility to the upside and to the downside. The biggest days in stock market history to the upside are actually occur during bear markets. And that volatility provides traders like us massive opportunities to make money in the market while you have all of this stuff going on. You'd be a fool, honestly, to not learn in this environment right now and prepare yourselves for what could be or what will be. I think October will be the most important month of the whole year. Never mind just the rest of the year, which is just these last couple of months, October, November, December. But I think what you're going to see in October is going to be make or break. October is either going to tell us that, hey, inflation has cracked and the Fed can slow down, or inflation is still out of control and the Fed's got to press on the gas. And a lot of the question marks that people have regarding the Fed and regarding inflation, those question marks are going to be erased. The market doesn't like unknowns. The market likes to be able to look 6 months into the future and tell you exactly what things are going to look like. Right now, people don't know what that looks like because they don't know what the Fed's going to do, because they don't know what inflation is going to do. You're going to get those answers in just 10 days. In just 10 days, you're going to find out whether or not the CPI number has cracked. You'd be a fool to not try to trade through this volatility right now. Do not wait. I am telling you, they don't want you to get involved right now. Why do you think all of this FUD has been spewing all over? You want to know a stat that I just found out today? Did you know the month of September saw the highest amount of selling in retail so far this year? What did I tell you last night in the live stream? How does every single stock market crash go? How does every single stock market crash go? The best professionals sell first. The rest of the professionals sell second. Retail sells last. Well, retail has been buying the dip. When you look at statistics and you look at the data that comes out of these trade desks, okay, when you look at the statistics, retail has been buying the dip all year. You just had retail bail in the month of September. They are betting against you getting involved in an intelligent way. Okay, they don't want you to get involved at this point in time because this is the turning point. They didn't believe in me, but God did. There it is. Very nice. Very nice. A little Khaled stat there. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is where we really have to. Why I'm trying to explain to you guys how important the month of October actually is, because you're going to have earnings. If earnings are not as bad as people thought, that's a catalyst for the market to move higher. If CPI comes down more than people thought, that's a catalyst for the market to move higher. And you were at peak pessimism. And I think that's why the market started to bounce back today. I don't think that this move gets evaporated tomorrow like you saw Wednesday. The move got evaporated the very next day. I don't think you see that tomorrow. I think you're going to have a little bit more room to the upside. You have a ton of economic data coming out this week. Some of the economic data that came out today showed you that things are softening. You had construction spending was down much more than expected. You got some manufacturing data came in under expectations, showing you that the economy is beginning to soften. And you live in a world right now, it's the twilight zone, where good news is bad and bad news is good, right? The markets crashed last week, Thursday, Friday, because jobless claims were way better than expected, meaning less people were claiming for unemployment, which means the job market is extremely strong. Well, that's actually a negative thing because it's bad for inflation. The markets went down. Today, you see construction spending is down, and that's actually seen as a good thing because the economy is slowing, so that can bring down inflation. The markets actually rally. So you're living in that twilight zone world, but that's the world that we find ourselves in here today. I'm going to start off this live stream with an open floor blanket Q&A session. I'm sure that there are a million questions from people. There's probably people that are asking me questions that want to know what's going on with Credit Suisse. They don't believe anything that I just said to them about 2008 and the situation that's on hand in Credit Suisse. They don't believe anything I just said about the Fed. Trust me, folks, I've been doing this for a very long time. The information that I'm providing to you is stuff that's coming to you directly from my experience doing this for over 16 years and working at a fund in New York City on Wall Street. Literally, our office was on William & Wall. So I'm sure you guys have questions. I'll let you ask me anything that is on your mind. Do not be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Don't think you're going to insult me. You don't have to praise me. You don't have to agree with me. Go ahead, ask your questions. Anything that's on your mind, do not be shy. Do not be embarrassed. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Asking questions is how you all learn. That's why you're here. You want to learn what the hell is going on in the market. Should you be buying? Should you be selling? Should you be doing nothing? You want to know the answers to all of these questions. That's why you're here. You're here so you can learn, so you can make money in this environment. You're not here to watch other people make money. Asking questions is how you learn. So without any further ado, let's begin the Q&A. We have a lot to go over. Under the Q&A, I want to hit on the 5 most trending stocks. I'll give you my analysis on what I think those stocks do tomorrow. And then we're going to talk about the overall market and what I think is going to happen tomorrow and what I think is going to happen for the rest of this month and how I plan on positioning myself to take advantage to make money during that move. So go ahead, folks, right now, begin typing questions in chat and let's begin the Q&A. What about the fact that the SPY's volume was way low today for such a huge move? What can that tell us? That's a good observation. It was a lower volume day today. Okay. It is a lower volume day today compared to Friday. But what you have to understand on Friday's volume is exaggerated to the upside because it's an end of the quarter and you get end of quarter rebalancing in portfolios. And what you most likely saw happen on Friday is a lot of portfolio managers sold out of a lot of their losing positions, which is why a lot of stocks got pummeled there on Friday into the close. And you saw that huge spike in volume because portfolio managers wanted to get, usually we'll see some end of the quarter rebalancing so that they can not go into a new quarter holding on to a position where they're down, let's say 20%, 25% of the position. They cut it loose so that their positioning looks a little bit better on paper going into the fresh new quarter, and you get a little bit of rebalancing. So the volume that you saw happen on Friday is exaggerated volume because of that factor. So it's not enough for you. It's a great question, Shark Sandwich. It really is, but it's not as even of a apples to apples when you look at the volume on Friday compared to the volume on today because of that factor. But it's a great question. Okay. And I'm glad that you bring it up. You know, you've had a lot of instances where you've had the markets rally on lower volume. And I'm not saying that I think the markets are going to rally back to all-time highs. What I'm saying to you guys now is look at what happened in the month of July. Like, look at the rally that you experienced in the month of July, right? Look at that rally in the month of July. And as I pull up the volume and make the volume bars bigger, look at the volume that you got in the month of July. I mean, during that rally, that volume is significantly lower than the volume that you had to the downside in the month of June when you look at the upside in the month of July. But did that stop the markets from moving to the upside when you get in these oversold conditions? No, it did not. The markets ripped about 17% off of those June lows in the month of July and then into the beginning part of August. And that move is extremely tradable. It's an extremely tradable move that we actually made a bunch of money on in True Trading Group, trading that move to the upside because the markets got over positioned to the downside and were over pessimistic in June. I think that going into this month of October, it's overly pessimistic. We're overly positioned to the downside. And if one of these catalysts goes our way, you're due for a bounce. Next question. Great question, though, Shark Sandwich. Thank you for asking it. I hope that helps answer your question. Next question, folks. Mike, what stock news sources do you listen to? Seems like there's a lot of fraudulent news out there, and it's tough to sort through, asks Raghu Gambino. I listen to CNBC more than anything else. I think CNBC does the best job of providing, unbiased, factual, just market commentary and analysis. They have a lot of different contributors where it's not just the news anchors themselves, but there's a lot of regular contributors on there that are fund and asset managers, financial advisors, wealth managers, hedge fund managers that literally manage billions of dollars for a living. And they come on there very frequently and they give you their thoughts and their opinions. And I love kind of filtering through those different opinions on CNBC. So I listen to CNBC. I think that they're one of the most trustworthy sources when it comes to this. I also will pay attention to sources like Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, Forbes. Those are more like publications that I'll listen to. I don't necessarily watch like a Bloomberg TV or anything, but as far as publications, I like to lean on those resources and those outlets for my information. Hey, Mike, how much of the rally today or continuation of this rally is tied to treasury yields plummeting versus economic data? A lot of it, Scott. A lot of it. A lot of things kind of went right today for the markets to rally. And like you said, yes, yields pulled back big time today. Yields in the UK pulled back. Yields in the UK on the 10-year were like 4.55. They dropped underneath for, when you take a look at the 2-year today dropped almost back to like 4.07. We closed at like 4.12, 4.11. When you take a look at the 10-year went from 4 all the way back down towards 3.6 and change, 3.65. That's a huge drop in bond yields. And a lot of traders are looking at that huge drop in bond yields as a potential short-term peak, in bond yields, with the Bank of England coming in and buying bonds that stabilize their bond market, that sent yields lower. And then now as you get economic data begin to soften, the bond yields are beginning to kind of stabilize here just a little bit. And a lot of traders are looking at what you saw last week with that big spike in bond yields. They're looking at that as a potential short-term top. And that brought a lot of buying into the markets here today. Okay, so there's a lot of volatility in this market. There's a lot of opportunity in this market, guys. And we're going to show you how to take advantage of that here inside of True Trading Group. Just one of the best damn environments that I've ever seen. It's just crazy. Mike, I listened to you for 5 minutes and took what you said way out of context. I ignorantly made a rude comment to you and you called me out. I would like to apologize. Oh, wow, Mike. Wow. You know what, Michael Burnham? I can't tell you, bro, how much I really appreciate that comment. I'm dead serious, Michael. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that comment. Yeah, much respect, Michael. It's all good, bro. It's all good. So for those that don't know, there was an exchange yesterday on our live stream. Michael made a comment. I kind of came back at him with a response to it. And now this is just kind of a follow-up to it. Mike, I really appreciate that, man. I really, really do. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And listen, guys, I always listen, honestly. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to come on here and say it's my way or the highway. I think having open dialogue is helpful. I do this to share with you. I've been doing this for a long time, all right? And I learned working at a fund in New York City. That was my first job out of college, and I had to sit in like a classroom-style setting for 3 months while other professional traders and analysts taught myself and the new hires the proper way how to navigate markets. Okay, so I try to provide you guys with my analysis based on my experiences and my knowledge. Does that mean I'm going to be right 100% of the time? No, of course not. I'm a human. I will be wrong. I'm right a lot more than I'm wrong, but there's also times that I could be wrong, and it's always helpful to have a really healthy dialogue and go over both sides of the argument, because that's what a stock market is, right? A market, in order for there to be a market, someone has to think things are going down and somebody has to think things are going up in order for there to be an orderly functioning market. Right? There's always going to be two sides of the argument. There's always going to be two sides of the story. And people that completely disregard the opposite side are foolish. And those people are typically, most often than not, wrong. Oh, this is, okay, and this is the comment. This is the comment, I guess. We're throwing it up on the screen here. This is from last night's live stream, where that was Michael's comment to me, saying I give worse advice than Jim Cramer. And just to give you guys context, if you're on the live stream now, just giving you context to Michael's comment before. So just providing some context on Michael's comment back right there. So it's all good, Michael. I appreciate you, man, more so than anything else, just for the comment you just put in chat. So thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. I know the TGG fam and the viewers on the YouTube channel, I know they appreciate it as well, Michael.
I've never seen anybody do that.
I've never seen anybody do that either.
I've never seen anybody do that.
I've never seen anybody do that before, and I respect the hell out of them for doing it.
Yeah, a lot of respect, dude. A lot of respect. It's pretty awesome. Everyone else, I mean, yeah, damn. I don't even know what to say. That was pretty amazing, dude.
Yeah, for real. That's really good.
Michael, you're welcome here anytime, brother. So,
yeah, man.
All right.
Thanks for coming back, Mike. I hope you stick around. Join the family. Hope you join the family and we can trade together. You'd fit right in, Mike. All right, guys. Next question. So like I said, guys, I'm going to answer your questions. I'm sure people have tons of questions after a wild move in the markets today. There's been a lot of negative news floating around, so I'm sure there's a lot on your mind. So go ahead, just fire away. Ask me questions, whatever's on your mind, guys. And then, like I said, I want to go into a little bit later. I want to cover the top 5 most trending stocks. FNGR is one of them. That thing is ripping face right now after hours, up 146%. Short squeeze going on. Memphis Street Doc. I still can't believe I am able to trade, let alone take profits from my teaching education. This has been surreal, fam. How did I go from saving lives to saving my retirement dollars? Love this life. Amen to that. Amen to that. Saving retirement dollars. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Honestly, True Trading Group, like I said, it's really our goal here to help you guys empower you so that you can start making the right decisions instead of being on the wrong side of the generational wealth transfers that always happen when stock markets crash. Hey, Mike, how much of the rally today or continue? I think I just covered this question. Okay. I'm thinking of taking a pension loan to invest. What's your thoughts? Also holding CCL $10 calls for March next year, down 60% on them. Sell it for a loss or hold. Okay. Lord, I would never suggest anybody takes out a pension loan to invest, but I'm also not a licensed financial advisor, or a retirement professional. So I would advise that you speak to a licensed financial advisor and a licensed retirement professional for your specific financial situation. But I would never take out a pension loan to invest. I would never suggest that any of my family members or closest friends were to take out a pension loan in order to invest. I think people should invest just with the money that they have that is disposable income and money that they have saved that they do not need at this very moment or point in time. And then invest that money into the markets. So I would never suggest it for me personally or for any of one of my family members. If you're holding on to Carnival Cruise $10 calls for March of next year, I think Carnival Cruise Lines will experience a little bit of a bounce going into the end of the year. But if I was in the position, what I would do if I was in $10 calls right now for March of next year is if Carnival Cruise got back up to like $9, I would cut my loss and I would move on. I wouldn't let the stock get back to 9 and then think, oh, now this is it. It's going to go to 14. Let me hold on and YOLO. I would start getting myself out of a position and count my blessings that I was able to avoid a massive loss. So I hope that is helpful. All right. A lot of people are asking me about FNGR. I was going to hit on this later, but I'll hit on it now. All right. I was going to hit on it later, but I'll hit on it now. This is a major short squeeze going on right now on this FNGR. Okay. Just a major short squeeze here after hours. The stock was halted earlier in the day. Okay. The stock was halted earlier in the day, and then now you're getting a short squeeze after hours while we are sitting here. And the volume after hours is actually fantastic. You had resistance here at $6. Okay. You had resistance here at $6, and we actually popped our head above that level and started to squeeze through it here now that the markets are closed. But this is the kind of opportunities that are in this market. Like the reason why I keep telling people that this is the best trading environment that I've ever seen is because it doesn't matter what you trade, right? Like it doesn't matter if you trade small caps. You have a stock like FNGR that's up 148% in a single day. And then you have something like Tesla that's down 9% in a single day. And then you have something like the overall market where the Dow is up 800 points in a single day. It doesn't matter what you trade. You take a look at oil with a huge gap up today. Like it doesn't matter if you trade small caps, mid caps, large caps, commodities. It doesn't matter what you trade. Stocks, options, futures. There is so much opportunity in this market. It's the most opportunity that I've ever seen because the volatility is so high. Typically, volatility it'll move around different areas of the market, not this market. This market, there's just blanket volatility all across the board, no matter what it is that you trade. You're going to learn how to trade all of these different things, like really learn it. I'm not going to say like, oh, hey guys, here's this special secret pattern. You're going to really learn how to trade all these different assets, all these different securities as a member of True Trading Group and have the tools in order to help you navigate that, in order to help give you guys more information that can increase your chances of success. There's no upsells for any of that stuff, right? And then you can take that knowledge and then put it into practice. Joe, just post a syllabus for people in chat actually right now, since I'm talking about it. But just post a syllabus. You guys can click on the link in chat. You'll actually see the syllabus, all the courses you're gonna learn about when you do join the TTG family. So let me go back to this FNGR. Where do I think this stock can go to? I mean, this is a huge move, but there's a lot of resistance up here at $9. So I want you guys to be careful here at $9. If there's anybody that is long this stock right now, as we're doing this live stream, $9 is a take profit area for me. You had a big move here in the end of 2021 that took you back up to $9. And once we found the $9 resistance, we didn't just hit it once, we hit it twice, we double topped, and the stock cratered underneath you. Okay, it cratered underneath you. So you have a lot of resistance there at $9. I think that $9 is an area where you should be taking profits off the table. I actually do not expect this stock to give you too much more on this short squeeze. I think $9 is a beautiful area for the stock to kind of top out. If it gets over $9, your next major resistance is not until you get to 13 to 14 bucks. I'm not quite sure this stock is going to have enough juice to get to 13 or 14 bucks. To me, the stock feels overextended. I feel that it's due for a pullback. I think a pullback could be coming on this thing tomorrow, but I would take advantage of this after hours short squeeze. If this thing is going to keep on going here after hours and you're long it, just keep dropping shares off the table. That stock's going to keep trading until 8 p.m. Eastern. I would just keep dropping shares off on that stock. $9 key resistance. We just kind of pause there in the after hour session. See, there's the $9 level that we just drew. There's your pause. I'd be taking profits off in front of 9 and then set a stop loss if you guys want $6. If the stock gets back under $6, you can bail on the trade, but taking profits up there at 9. If you get through 9, maybe 12, 13, but that's as far as I would take it with the short squeeze on FNGR. Okay, that's as far as I would take it with FNGR. But this is like, this is what you're seeing. This is the type of opportunity that's out there in this market, a single stock that's up 150% in just one day. Somebody else, GTII. Let me talk about GTII for just a moment because a lot of people are talking about it. Let me preface this by telling you GTII is an OTC stock. There are massive amounts of risk trading OTC stock. So let me preface before I say anything about this stock. I want to, preface this analysis with telling you that OTC stocks are extremely risky. Okay, OTC stocks are very thinly traded. OTC stocks do not have the same type of reporting requirements as you have on larger exchanges. OTC stocks can tend to be the subject of stock manipulation a lot easier than something that's listed on the NASDAQ or a New York Stock Exchange. Okay, so OTC stocks are always risky. Make sure you guys all understand that. We actually do not trade stocks in True Trading Group. Okay, OTC stocks are not talked about. They are not traded inside of True Trading Group. So I do want to make sure that you guys understand that. We do not and did not and will not trade GTII, but there's a lot of people that are asking me on this live stream about my thoughts on GTII. So it'll be my pleasure to talk to you guys about it. This is a ridiculous move. This stock was literally $1 2 weeks ago. Today, it hit $9, put in this massive shooting star tail, and you had this previous all-time high on GTII that sits right here at $4.50. The volume on this stock is absolutely through the roof. It has caught wind on social media. It is being driven by a lot of different groups on social media, and it's gone kind of parabolic. This is a shooting star tail that I see here on GTII. I do not have any faith in this stock whatsoever. I think that you're going to look back on this name in a week or two, and the stock's going to be back around $3. So that is, typically what I've seen in the past. Whenever you have OTC stocks that go completely parabolic, which is what GTII is doing, they typically go down just as equally as fast as they went up. This is not a stock that I would ever consider stashing in my long-term portfolio. It's an OTC stock. I don't have any of these OTC stocks in my long-term portfolio, and I do not plan on starting with GTII. It's a great little fun stock that people were able to trade these last couple of days, but this shooting star top, heavy resistance at $9. I would expect downside here either tomorrow or in the next couple of days. I do not think this is something you should chase to the upside. If it pulls back and $4.50 becomes support, you want to catch it for a round 2. You can try being long in the $4.50 to $5 level. That looks like a potential support zone, but not something that I would think about holding for an extended period of time. And like I said, we don't trade OTCs in True Trading Group, so this is not something that I personally will be trading. So I hope that helps answer a lot of your questions. Okay, I'm sold. How do I sign up and how much? Cali Biker, I love it, man. I love the excitement to join the TG family. I really, really, really do. Let me see actually who's on the live stream right now. Been watching for 2 weeks. I'm ready. Should have done it last week. Yes, Cali Biker, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is the environment. I'm telling you now, October is going to be the month. I'm telling you, October is going to be the month. Nobody wants to believe me. I'm screaming here. October is going to be the month. It's make or break for this market. All right. If you've been sitting on the sidelines this entire year, then good for you. October's the month. October is the month where you're going to get all the information. You're going to get answers to a lot of the questions where we can very confidently say that, hey, we're about to get a little bear market rally that can take this markets up at least 10%. At least you can see the markets go higher 10% if one of these catalysts goes right for us in the month of October. But guys, I still have a lot more to discuss. Right? I have to talk about the overall market. We got to talk about October. We have a lot more to discuss. So don't go anywhere. We're nowhere near finished with the educational stuff and the analysis on this live stream. But for Cali Biker, it seems like you're not a member. Obviously, you want to join. I'm excited to have you part of the group. Who else is on this live stream right now that's not a member of True Trading Group? Type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Let me just tell you guys real quick. I want to tell you how you can join the group. The near 10,000 members of the TG family. I'll tell you how you can join real quick. And then we're going to get into the SPY. We'll get into all the catalysts this month, what I think this market does tomorrow, what I think we do the rest of the month, how I plan on making money from it. So just bear with me for 2 minutes. And I also want to talk to you about Tesla. We got a lot to go over here still today. So who's not a member? Let's see. Mark, Prasad, Joe, Gonzalo, Bradley. Yes, Hammer 19 says I might be signing up too. Let's go. Let's go. Cali Bud goes, but you know what's going to happen. I mean, listen, I have my thoughts on what I think is going to happen, but I don't have a crystal ball. Some members say that I have a crystal ball, but I don't. I'm just going off of my analysis. And my experience, guys. We got, let's see, who else is here that's not a member? Christian Junio. We got Cheech, Bradley. We got Christian Junio. Gonzalo says, I'm going to join soon. Gonzalo, I look forward to trading with you. Arkit. Okay, T. Vaven, we got Rome. Guys, we also take PayPal credit, if that helps you guys. Not a lot of places take PayPal credit, but if you guys want to pay off your membership over time, we do take PayPal credit. So that is an option for those of you that are looking to join the TC family. And you can pay that. You can sign up with PayPal credit and then just pay PayPal over time. We do take that. All right, we got Mike Young. Okay, beautiful, guys. So a lot of non-members that are with me here today on this live stream. Let me share with you guys real quick some info on how you guys can join. The TTG fam. I want to make sure that you guys are all listening up. All right, I want to make sure that you guys understand, so you guys understand exactly how you guys could be joining the Teach fam. All right. Okay, so guys, like I said, we've got a discount that we've been running for people, but the price of our membership has been moving to the upside. Okay, we're moving the price of this membership higher. We do have a handful of laptops that are available, so you guys can actually, go to ttgoffer.com right now. You can use the coupon code TTG121. Click apply code, and the price will drop by 49%. It brings the price from $2,212. all the way down to just $1,120. Okay, I'm sorry, we only have 8 laptops. I'm sorry, we only have 8. Okay, so all you guys have to do is go to ttgoffer.com. The next 8 people to do so get a 49% discount. You also get a brand new free laptop. It's going to be there an Asus, Acer, HP, Dell, or Lenovo, but there's only 8 of them here for this evening. Sorry, guys, we keep trying to get as many as we possibly can. We're only able to get our hands on 8. So as long as you see a laptop inside your checkout cart, that's how you know that you're going to be getting one of those free laptops. Again, you just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code, and the price drops. You do not have to enter your address at checkout to get the laptop. You'll get a welcome email with instructions how to claim your free laptop. And we're like the Netflix of trading communities, guys. So when you join TTG, you're getting access to our entire platform. We are not just a Discord group. You're not joining just to say, you're not paying $11.20 just to get my trade alerts. That's not what TeachD is. We are a trading platform and a community where you pay one price upfront for the whole year. You get immediate access to all of our courses, all of our tools that are included with no upsells ever, as long as you are a member. You get our entire 18-course curriculum, which is a simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. Hey, Joe, again, why don't you just post up the link in chat one more time so people can click on that link. You can see the whole list of the syllabus, and you can see our curriculum for yourselves. But on top of the courses, you're going to get access to $5,000 worth of trading and investing tools from some of today's top companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Quote Media. Enough. I've joined 10 of these shills. No one here makes money but you. If you were so great, You would not sell memberships. Billy Young, I love when people like you come on my live streams. Nothing makes me happier when shills like you come on my live stream because I love putting shills like you in their place. You see, members in True Trading Group are making money, and members in True Trading Group are becoming better traders. And Billy Young, to prove that point to you, I'll just ask them to answer the question for you. I love this. You can see the joy that comes across my face when people like you comment like that. Members of TTG, type the $ in chat right now if you're making money and you're becoming a better trader. Go ahead right now and type the $. Billy Young, my advice, brother, pay very close attention to the amount of people that are going to comment on this side of the screen right here, right now. Pay very close attention, Billy. Pay very, very close attention, because these people that are going to type the $ inside of chat right now, they're just like you. They were skeptical at first. You know, they found True Trading Group on one of these live streams. They've joined other groups before. They've lost money in the markets before. They've got full-time jobs. They've got small accounts. Okay. Adam says thank you also, because he forgot to include this question earlier when we were going through what I was going to say on this live stream here today. So Adam, thanks you for actually that comment, Billy. But Billy, you tell me, you see all the people that are commenting in chat right now. These are members of True Trading Group that are telling you very plainly that they're making money. So that's how I just, smash down and prove wrong your comment in chat. But I don't blame you for being skeptical, Billy. Honestly, I really don't. It's nothing personal, man. I don't fault you at all for being skeptical, because this industry of stock market courses and all this stuff is completely full of garbage. A lot of people are out here, they're just marketing gurus. They know absolutely nothing about the actual stock market itself. They're just marketing people that are just selling you false hopes and false dreams. But the reality of the fact is that we have a 78% retention rate in True Trading Group, which means 78% of our members are renewing their membership. But honestly, Billy, you're not the only one. Many members in True Trading Group were skeptical at first, and now their only regret is that they did not join sooner. TGG members, do me a favor, and I'll change it up. Type the word me. Type me. If you're a member of True Trading Group and you were skeptical at first, now your only regret is you wish you joined sooner. If that's the case, type me in chat right now. If you're a member of True Trading Group, you were skeptical at first, just like Billy, but now your only regret is that you didn't join sooner. Just type the word me. Billy, again, pay attention to how many people are about to type the word me, because people are skeptical. When they come on these live streams, they hear me talk about all these things. They're like, how can this guy give away a free laptop? How could he be giving away all of this stuff that he learned working at a fund? Because that's how I learned to be a trader. And if I didn't have this skill set and I didn't have that experience level, I wouldn't be where I am in my life here today as it stands right now. I understand how important this information, this education is. I understand the positive impact that it can have on people's lives. And I'm honestly sick and tired of seeing all the garbage that's out there, like over the weekend, people talking about this emergency Fed meeting. It wasn't an emergency Fed meeting at all. It was actually a regular, very, very standard meeting. It was not something that was going to result in monetary policy. It was a meeting of the Fed governors. It wasn't even the voting members of the Fed. But a lot of people don't even understand this stuff because they're not actually professionals. They've never done this professionally. They're just trying to, get clicks and get views. But that's what the stuff that people fall for. I want True Trading Group to be the reason why Wall Street professionals stop referring to retail traders as dumb money. That's what they call you, in case you didn't know that. Wall Street professionals call retail dumb money. They call themselves smart money. I want TTG to be the reason why retail traders and investors get access to the similar form of education that professionals get, because that's what you're going to get. I didn't figure this stuff out in my mother's basement. I learned when I went through a 3-month educational training program at my very first job out of college, which was working at a fund in New York City. That's the same level of education that you're going to get when you join TTG. So there, check. Even the playing field, give you the same level of education. Next check, $5,000 worth of tools that can help you make better decisions by giving you access to more information. Now, $5,000 a year for the trader at Citigroup or Goldman Sachs, or the trader that works at a hedge fund, that's peanuts for them. But for the average mom and pop that's trying to get themselves started, that's a lot of money to ask somebody to pay for resources and tools. I understand that. That's why True Trading Group has spent years building relationships with Benzinga, TradingView, Trade Ideas, Quote Media, ET&A, so we can offer those products on our platform so you do not have to pay for them. You don't have to pay $1 extra to use those tools, but these are the tools that successful traders use that increases their chances of success, that gives them more information, and I want you to have access to it. It's not enough for you to just put $1,000 in a Robinhood account and then go on Reddit and just buy what Mambo Jam's Kitty Cat is telling you to buy because the stock go moon. That's not a way for you to become successful. That's a surefire way for you to become part of the 92% of traders that fail. And the reason why 92% of traders fail is because they never even try to get any type of real education at all whatsoever. They just think it's gambling, and I'm just going to go dive headfirst into the markets. They are bots. Have them type my name. Prove it's real. Guys, if you're a member of True Trading Group and you're making money, type Billy Young. They type my name, I join. TTG members, type Billy Young right now. If you're a member of True Trading Group and you're making money, type Billy Young. Billy, I can't wait for you to become a member of True Trading Group. So Billy Young thinks that you are all bots. So if you are a real person in True Trading Group and you are making money, type Billy Young inside of chat. Billy Young, count how many people are about to type your name, brother. I love when people do this on these live streams. They don't believe me. They don't believe the 10,000 family members of True Trading Group. They don't believe that you can be making money in this environment. They don't believe that there are ways for you to make money when the stock market goes down. They don't believe that they don't have to sit back, do nothing, be prisoners of their long-term portfolios. They don't believe that they can actually do this. When you become part of a community that genuinely gives a damn whether you succeed or fail, that gives you access to real professional level of education, that gives you access to tools and resources that successful traders use, it becomes possible. As long as you are willing to put forth a little bit of effort, it is possible. It all starts right here. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. The price drops to $11.20. You get a free laptop, and I back it up with a double your money back guarantee. I'm dead serious. I did not stutter. You guys get a double your money back guarantee when you join True Trading Group. I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind. That's how confident I am in our platform's ability to help you guys reach your goals. It's very simple. Our double your money back guarantee is as follows. You have 1 year, 12 months. That's the length of your membership. You pay $11.20 today, go through our courses, pass our quizzes, attend one study group. We do a study group every single week. I'm asking you to attend one. If you do those three things and do not ever make your $11.20 back at least once during your membership, I'll give you double your money back. I'll give you $2,240. I'm dead serious. I can offer you double your money back without even blinking an eye because we've only had to refund about 2.6% of our users since 2016. That's why I can offer you double your money back. I see the results that members have. I see the successes. I see the failures. I can also share with you that our retention rate, meaning how many members renew their membership, is 78%. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot. Over 1,750 reviews based on what members say, the reviews they leave, based on our retention rate, based on our refund rate. I can very confidently say that this has worked for thousands of people. You put forth a little effort. I think it can work for you as well. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, and click apply code. You see a laptop, great. That means you're getting one. The price will drop to $11.20, and you get the double your money back guarantee to back it up and to give you peace of mind. If you have any questions at all whatsoever about this membership, you send a text message right now to 786-505-4049. Again, that is 786-505-4049. Oh, we got to welcome Patricia. Patricia's the newest member. Billy, I'm waiting on you, brother. Patricia, welcome to the TTG family. Everybody welcome Patricia, the newest member of your family, the newest member of the group. That means we're now down to just 7 of those laptops. 7 of them. We had 8. Patricia just grabbed 1, so we're down to just 7 now of those laptops. Everybody welcome Patricia. Remember, as long as you see a laptop on your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one, guys. I'm telling you now, I think October is going to be the month. October is it. It's make or break. It's the most important month of the entire year. Remember this. There has never been a moment in history, okay, aside from 2008, where the S&P 500 was down more than 15% in the year, and you had a red month in October. It's happened one time, and that was the great financial crisis when Lehman Brothers went bankrupt in 2008. That's the only time in history that the S&P was down more than 15% and you had a red October. 83% of the time that you've had down 15% or more, you've had a green month of October. And so far, October starting out to be a very green month after moving up more than 2% today in the overall markets. And we will see if this trend continues. One of these catalysts that we're going to get here this month, one of them goes the market's way, and you have room up to at least the 380s. You have room up to at least the 380s. All right, guys, but that price of that membership, that 1120 price point, that's good for today only. The price has been climbing here steadily. You could have got this membership just the other day for under 1100. Now it's 1120. It's climbing fast. We're going to be up back over 1200 here in the next day or so. You guys want to make sure you jump on the 1120 price point now. The price you pay today is the price you pay for life. So when it comes time to renew your membership next year, it doesn't matter if our membership is 2500. You pay 1120 today, you're locking yourself in at the 1120 price point. All right. So like I said, everybody, Patricia, welcome to the TTG family. 7 of those laptops left. If you're a trial member, a previous trial, or a previous annual member, you also need to send a text message to the phone number at the bottom of your screen. That's 786-505-4049. Again, 786-505-4049. Number, bang, right there at the bottom of your screen. You guys send a text. Don't call that number, please. It's a text message only phone number. We can't answer the phone call, even if you guys want it. Billy Young, I'm waiting on you, man. Billy Young, I am waiting on you. All right, Patricia joined even before you, Billy. All right. So there we have it, guys. So listen, sorry about that quick little early sales pitch, but Cali Biker wanted to know how to join. Patricia wanted to know how to join. So there you guys have it. That's how you guys can become part of the TTG family. So welcome to our new family members. Okay, with that being said, let's take things back on over to the charts. All right, I want to take things back over to the charts. Thomas wants to know what the SPY is going to do tomorrow. Very demanding. So demanding, Thomas. Let's talk about what I think the SPY is going to do tomorrow. You have this beautiful recovery day. Here today, and you're going to be having, you're going to have a lot of catalysts that are going to come out here this week. Let me actually pull up the calendar for you guys so I can go over with you everything that's happening this week, because you're going to knock your socks off. So what you got today was S&P U.S. manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing, construction spending, motor vehicle sales. All of this stuff came out here today. All right. Tomorrow, job openings. That's a big, big, big number. Why is that a big number? Because the labor market is the tightest labor market that it's been in 50 years. That's not helping inflation. That's adding to wage inflation, which the Fed is trying to stop. There's 1.8 open job positions for every one person that is looking for a job. That is one of the tightest labor markets that you've seen in 50 years. Now, that labor market needs to soften. It needs to soften up here, guys, over time. Over the next couple of months, it's going to soften. So don't be surprised if and when it does. It needs to in order to bring down inflation. But the job openings number tomorrow, that's at 10 a.m. That's going to be an important number that we're going to be getting tomorrow to see how many job openings are there. Are job openings expanding or are they contracting? Remember, we live in a twilight zone. As job openings go down, the market's going to like that because that means that the labor market is softening, and then inflation, people will start to feel more confident about inflation coming to the downside. But if those job openings continue to climb and you have now, instead of 1.8, let's say you have 1.9 or 2.0 job openings for every one person that's unemployed, that will keep that labor market extremely tight. The markets actually won't like that. So you're going to have to look to see about those job openings number. That's going to be a big number for tomorrow. You also get factory orders. Factory orders are going to be big. Factory orders will show you if the economy is beginning to slow down a little bit. That slowdown would help bring inflation down because demand slows. It allows supply to catch up, and that eases inflationary pressures. The markets are actually going to like that. Then on Wednesday, you're going to get the ADP employment report. You're going to get services PMI. You're going to get ISM services index. Then on Thursday, you got jobless claims, continuing and initial jobless claims. You have a ton of Fed members that are speaking this week. You're going to get a new update on what's the unemployment rate on Friday. Friday, you're going to find out what's the unemployment rate. You're going to get non-farm payrolls. You're going to get the average hourly earnings. Have average hourly earnings gone up? Bad for inflation. Have average hourly earnings gone down? Good for inflation. Okay. These are all things. Consumer credit, that's also on Friday, right? All of these things. Labor force participation, that's another thing on Friday. Look at how much is happening just this week. And I'm not having to talk to you about the rest of the month of October. This is just this week. Labor force participation. You want to see labor force participation go up. Labor force participation going up actually is a deflationary mechanism. The more people that go back to work, the better off you are going to be, because the more people that go to work, that increases the people that are available, and that decreases wage inflation. That decreases wage inflation. Okay. So, and in the midst of all this, you guys are going to have, okay, you guys are going to have, a ton of Fed members that are going to be speaking. Okay. A ton of Fed members that are going to be speaking throughout the entire course of the month. Okay. Let me see here. All right, guys. So, okay, guys. Listen. Let Adam wants to come on and say something, I guess. Hold on, guys. We're gonna have Adam come on here. I'm gonna bring Adam,
What's up?
business
What's up,
partner and co-founder of True Trading Group.
Yeah, no worries. So just real quick, I've seen some comments in the chat. Rico Suave made one of them, essentially, asking us to address like comments that were made about us and other channels or whatever. Look, here's what I'll tell you. True Trading Group has gotten really, really big in the past 2 years. We've literally grown to over 10,000 paying members. Okay. Not only that, but our retention rate, like Mike said, is just about 78%. So there's a lot of people not going anywhere. So that number continues to grow. Okay. What I will say is this, and again, I can use this and we'll cut back to it later and put like put it on the channel or whatever. If someone says something, true about us, they discover some deep, dark secret that we have, right? At that point, maybe we would come out and address that. There is none of that though, because we're 100% transparent with everyone. So for us, addressing any sort of hate or anything like that, or things that are just completely like crazy and irrelevant and false, all it does is give like what's what I'm looking for? Credence. Is credence the right word, Mike?
Yeah, that works.
All it does is give credence or validity to what somebody says. There is nothing that Mike and I are extremely. We overshare. We
do overshare with members.
We overshare, with members. Members know about our families. We know about their families. We are in the trenches with these people. We are with them every day. And look, we get it. This industry is really tough. This industry is a cesspool and a breeding ground for people looking to take advantage of you. Mike and I know that. That's why we got into it, because we saw an opportunity to disrupt that industry. And if we could do it, which is not going to be easy, but if we can do it, well, man, you just carved out a lifelong niche and empire, for yourself if you're able to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to trade every day and make money from your platform? Man, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
It's the greatest thing ever.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Who doesn't like making money doing what they love?
Yeah, stop getting mad just because you couldn't execute it.
Yeah, seriously. Don't be mad because we're building a business.
But we get it. We're in a tough industry. We're not going to, Mike and I never come on here and tell you guys that you're going to make millions of dollars with Lambos and mansions and all sorts of crap, and you're going to make $1 million day trading or whatever. All of that is garbage and not true. There is no get rich quick scheme. There is no, shortcut to any of this. You got to put in the work, but it's a pretty damn good time to put in that work. Pretty damn good time to put in that work. I mean, you have to consider this too. Why are so many of our members on here every night? You think that they enjoy listening to a sales pitch every night? I assure you they do not. But they're on here anyways. I'd like to know, guys, if you're a member of True Trading Group, type the word AO in chat and tell me and Mike why you come on here every night. I'm curious. Go ahead, type AO in chat and tell me why you come on here every night. I'd love to know. All right, so if you're a member of True Trading Group, type the word AO in chat and tell me why you come on here every night. I'd like to know. Jennifer Hill says we're family. Chat-69XYZ says we offer the best adult dating. No, I'm just kidding. Look at the comments that are going to come through. This is what matters. We don't care what other people say about us. It's only going to get worse. The bigger we get, the more it's just going to happen. But every time that we go ahead and try and defend for nothing, all it does is give them a platform, So anything that we have to say to our members and our family, we're going to say it to them directly, as we have every single time before.
Yep.
So I don't need to defend anything. Mike doesn't need to defend anything. I got better stuff to do with my time. And I encourage all of our members, don't defend us either. Don't go on other people's channel and defend us. Don't take to social media. Who cares?
They just want the interaction, guys.
They just want the interaction.
Don't even give it to me.
You don't need to defend us. We're good. All right? We love you guys. We appreciate you being here. Member, not member, doesn't matter. Hopefully you get something out of these streams. Yes, we sell on here, but True Trading Group is a business. Okay? A lot of people are pretty thankful that we sold them on here because they do really, really well with us. Not everyone, but a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay? So there you go. And that's it. And now I can go back. I can clip this part. And anytime somebody asks in the future, we can just play it.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys being here. I'm sorry for interrupting. Mike, go ahead and finish up, dude.
Yep. So, I think that we finished up with explaining to you guys how you can join the community. For those of you, like I said, ttgoffer.com, and you enter the coupon code TTG121. You guys will click apply code. The price will drop down to the $11.20, which will give you a 49% discount. And then if you see a laptop, there's 7 of them left. That's how you know you're going to get one. You have questions, 786-505-4049 is the number that you should send a text message to right now. All right. So like I said, guys, as we go back, as we take things back over to the charts, I think where we left off, we were talking about FNGR. Like I said, that resistance up there at $9. The stock's, starting to flag here underneath $9. We'll see if we can actually bust and try to get through it. I'll keep an eye on it while we're here live, but I think that's a good area where you should be looking to take some profits off. And this is a crazy move for the stock to make in just a couple of days. And usually when you get these parabolic moves like this, I like to take my profits off, stuff them in my pocket. Safest place for profits where? It's in your pocket. All right, so let's go over to the SPY and let's not really talk about what happened here today because, we broke a really important support level on Friday. This was your June low. That was your previous low of the year. All right. We broke that on Friday decisively. You broke that on Friday. You broke it. You closed underneath it, right? You closed underneath it for the first time after we tried to hold that level for 5 consecutive trading days. You can see we tried to hold this level, and then you finally broke it and closed well underneath it. And then you got down and you tested the 200-day moving average on the weekly chart. I'll go to a weekly chart. And again, that yellow line, that's your 200-day moving average on the weekly chart, which has previously been a major level of support. If you guys look back here, this was support in 2018. It was support in 2016. You overshot it briefly because of COVID. But I expected that moving average, that's a major moving averages. I expected that level to act as a level of support again. And once it gets down and tests it, I don't think we're just going to plow through that major moving average in just one shot, right? I don't think we're just going to plow right through it in one shot. And then all of a sudden today, you come into today with literally peak pessimism, where everybody over the weekend was talking about the end of days scenario. Everyone's talking about Credit Suisse going bankrupt. It's a Lehman moment. This is 2008 all over again. There's an emergency Fed meeting. Everyone's talking about all this stuff. And what did the markets do today? Jammed it right back in everybody's face. When you get down into peak pessimism like that, and that really shows you that a lot of that selling pressure that cracked the market Friday was end of quarter selling. It was end of quarter portfolio, adjustments that cracked the market on Friday. And you come back into the day today, the first day of the month, the first day of the week, the first day of the new quarter, and you get this massive 800-point rally in the Dow. I don't know about you guys, but the markets have absorbed a lot of negative headlines over the last month. A lot. You got a huge move to the downside in the month of September, which is the weakest month of the entire year. And history is on our side for you to have a green month in October. What I think you have to start looking at is for the markets to base and start to bottom out in the month of October. I think October could be the month that the markets put in, and really give you that, hey, that's the bottom for the year, for 2022. Okay, for 2022, I have my own plans and my own thoughts on what I think happens in 2023 that I'll share with members as we get closer to the end of the year. But for 2022, as it stands right now, there's so much pessimism right now. I think that if some of this data that comes out here for the rest of the week, if that's in line with some of the data that we got today, it'll be seen as a positive catalyst. If you start to get earnings coming out next week, where the earnings that come out next week, you got a couple of bigger companies next week, but the real, is it a good time to try the free trial? I've been watching for a few weeks. Honestly, Josh Brown, no, man. It's a good time to sign up. Skip the trial. Because if you join the trial membership, it's going to cost you more money to join. It doesn't come with the free laptop. I would skip the trial. I would go right to the free member to joining with the 49% discount on the membership. I just think that this is going to be such an important month. You don't get access as a trial member. You don't get access as a trial member to all of our courses. You get access to 3 sample courses. And I just don't think you guys have any time to waste. I really don't. I don't think you have any time to waste. I think that if you let this month pass you by and you are not active and you're not learning and you're not putting in the work and you're not going through the courses and you're not following along with what we're buying and what we're selling inside of chat, I think you're going to look back in November, December, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the ass. I don't think that right now is the time for the trial. I think that right now is the time to get yourself fully armed and ready for the battle that's about to take place for the final quarter of what has been the worst the worst year since 2008. It's the worst year since 2008, where the S&P is currently sitting here down 25%. I think you're going to be kicking yourself big time. If you let this week pass you by, you're at a massive disadvantage. That's my honest opinion. You got a lot of catalysts coming out here at the end of this week. Then earnings are coming out next week. Then you got the CPI data on the 13th. Then you got your juggernauts. You got Alphabet, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, right? Lam Research, AMD, okay, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. All those companies are going to start to report earnings in the second half of October. Look, there have been times when I've said, hey, this is actually a really good time for you to join the trial. I've said that to people before, that it's a good time to join the trial. But I don't think right now is a good time to the trial. I think right now is a time to really fully start to get yourself ready. Best month to join out of the year, in my opinion, life, wealth opportunity right now. Join us. Hell yeah. E101. That's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. I love it. I absolutely love it. Best month to join out of the year, in my opinion, life, wealth opportunity right now. Join us. I love it. And that's the truth. That is the truth. I'm not the only person that feels that way. I'm still crazy. I still think it's crazy. One of the biggest bears on the street just actually turned bullish today he literally said for a 3-month trade. Are you kidding me? That's literally what I've been telling you guys, that I think the markets will bottom out in October and then we get a Santa Claus rally November, December. Like that's what I've been saying on these live streams for the last 2 months. Yep. It is the time right now to get in. Life-changing. Yes, these are all my teaching members. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. So I'm looking at a very important level here on the SPY, and that's going to be these low 370s, like 372. It's a huge level. This is your next level of resistance that you have to be paying attention to. Let me delete this other line of support that was previously your June low, because what I'm looking at here now, guys, is this level of support that you had here all the way back. Okay. All the way back here. You can see all of this support, right? You guys see that? All of that support. We cracked it in September, and then we got back up and tested that level a couple of times. You can see resistance, 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 and then the markets extend to the downside. And now you jammed it right back up. What I want to see is I want to see if this bounce is going to have legs, if this bounce is going to carry you higher, if this is going to be more than just a dead cat bounce. You have to get through that level. You have to get through that level in order for this to be something meaningful. If you cannot get over 372, then you have to run the risk of it just being another dead cat bounce. A break above 372, 373 solidifies that this is more than just a dead cat bounce, and you may get a little bit more of a bear market rally, depending on what happens here with the rest of these catalysts. The market could see a move that takes you back to 389. 389 is the level that I think we can get back to if one of these catalysts goes in our favor. If one of these catalysts goes in our favor. If earnings are not as bad as people thought, if the CPI data that comes out on the 13th is not as bad as people thought, you could see the markets give you a bear market rally that takes you back to 389. 389 is going to be then a massive level of resistance. That's the high of the day from what? The Fed meeting. That was the Fed meeting that day right there. And when you look back to the left of that, previously, that was the lows from the Jackson Hole meeting. This was the Jackson Hole meeting. That was the Jackson Hole meeting sell-off. There was the Fed meeting sell-off. Okay, that's the level that I would have my eyes on. That's the level that I would think this bear market rally can take us back up to. And I would look for this move here today. If we can get over 372, then I think you have a shot, a real shot at getting back to 389 if some of these catalysts can work in our favor. One of them being obviously inflation on October 13th. This is why I think that this can be kind of the make or break for the SPY and the make or break for the stock market here in this month of October. And this is why I'm telling you guys, if you've been sitting on the sidelines for this entire year, this is the month where I think you have that turnaround. A lot of pessimism over the weekend, and the markets just come right back in on Monday. And I think if you ask somebody Sunday at like 5 in the afternoon, what they thought the markets were going to do this week, people probably would say, oh, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath. And the markets turn around. They jam an 800-point move on the Dow right down your throat. Guys, answer the poll real quick that we just posted up here in the YouTube chat. We just posted a poll in the YouTube chat. I want you guys to go ahead and real quickly answer that poll right inside the YouTube chat. Answer that poll. Answer that poll. All right, so again, this 372 level, I think if we can get through that, you've got more room to the upside. All right. So what I'm going to start to look for now is potential longs. I'm looking at potential longs with take profits at 372. And then if you get over 372, I think there's more upside here. And I think that this would actually become a pretty easy move to the upside. I think that could become a pretty easy move to the upside. There will be a level of resistance, though, before you get to 389 that you will probably pause at, and that's going to be 381 to 382. 381 to 382. Why is that an important level? Because that was the support level before the Fed meeting, right? So here's your three levels. So here is your support from the actual prior to the Fed meeting, right? There's your support prior to the Fed meeting, and then you broke it. So here's the resistance level at 372. You get through that. Your first stop will be 381, 382. So you'll take profits there. And then your next stop will be 389, and you'll take profits there. Wow. FNGR just popped through 9, guys. FNGR just popped through 9 as we're doing this here live. Let's see if it stays above 9. That's a slight volume increase. That's actually not impressive, but it is after hours. It is after hours. We'll see if it's able to hold 9 now that you just kind of tailed through it. Would have liked to have seen a bigger increase in volume than that through that $9. I don't really feel confident yet that that level has broken. I don't necessarily feel confident that level's broken. I want to see a little bit heavier volume than what just came in there and that moved through 9. Yep, exactly, Robert. The end of the world really spread over the weekend, and you got to really a point of, I think, peak pessimism, and now the markets have given you this bounce, and I think that, that bounce could take you a little bit further. Okay, guys. All right, gang. So that kind of wraps up my analysis there on the SPY and the overall markets and why the month of October is as important as it is. And I really think that now is the time for you guys to be getting involved here. Down 25% on the S&P. You've never had, aside from 2008, you've never had an instance where the Dow and the S&P was red in October after being down more than 15%. We were down 25%. You never had an instance aside from Lehman Brothers bankruptcy in 2008 where you were red in the month of October after being down more than 15% on the year, and we were down 25%. So you could be due here for a nice little Santa Claus rally, guys. I've said it many times on this live stream over the last couple of weeks. A lot of people refuse to believe it, and then you see an 800-point day in the Dow, and now all of a sudden they start to think about it. I've been talking about it for weeks. Let's see what the rest of the month has in store. One of these catalysts we need to go in our favor. I think the most important one would be the inflation data. If you get a September CPI number on October 13th that maybe comes in, 7.5, I think that would be enough of a catalyst to really get this market moving to the upside. I think that's enough to get us moving to the upside. All right, guys. So what I'll do here now, if you are not interested in a TTD membership at all, then you guys could start to exit the live stream as I'm finished with my educational stuff. I'm finished with my analysis, finished with the answering of questions. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash the like button and turn on your notifications. And for those of you that are interested, I will actually go ahead over now and I will show you the actual platform itself that is True Trading Group, so you see exactly what you're going to get access to. Guys, the code word for today, this is for members only. If you're not a member, don't worry about it. The code word for today, folks, is Billy. Yes, the code word for today is Billy. After all that, I do not see Billy Young signing up. So after all that, Billy Young. So the code word for today is just Billy. Code word for today is Billy, right? This is for members only. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, do not worry about this code word. So let me show you, if you're not a member, this is what you should worry about. I'm going to show you the actual platform that is True Trading Group, so you can see everything you get access to. Like I said, you guys can get a 49% discount on a membership to our platform and join the near 10,000 THD members that are learning to trade consistently thanks to the THD platform. So go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop to just $11.20. All right, you'll get the double your money back guarantee. You see a laptop in your checkout cart, you're going to get a free one. We ship anywhere in the world. We even cover the shipping costs. It's totally free. All right, and then you get the double your money back guarantee with it. So make sure you guys go there right now. Use that coupon code. Let me show you the platform, okay? Because when you join, you're going to get access to our chat room. The chat room is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic, calling out trades, giving you guys real-time trade alerts, okay? We're not just gone after 2 hours and you'll have to fend for yourself. We tell you what we're doing before we even do it. You can also use our mobile app, and that will give you real-time push notifications whenever a mod enters or exits a trade. You'll get the real-time push notifications sent straight to your mobile phone. That's how so many members that work full-time jobs are able to take advantage of what we're doing during the trading day. You also get 2 private study group sessions with one of our head traders, so you can ask questions and help speed up your learning curve. You get the Benzinga Pro live news feed with their Squawk Box feature. That is going to make sure you get news as soon as it crosses the wire without delay. This would cost you over $1,000 if you went to Benzinga directly. It's included with your membership when you join the THD family. You get TradingView's premium charting software. That's going to cost you about $600 a year. It's included with your membership when you join True Trading Group. The Trade Ideas Scanner will make sure you're always focused on the best stocks during the day. This will cost you a few $100 a year. It streams live on our platform every day, included with your membership. The ETNA's simulator. ETNA simulator would let you trade stocks and options with fake money. So you can practice implementing what you were learning in the courses. This will cost you just under $1,000 a year if you go to ETNA directly. It's included free included with your membership when you join for the $11.20. You get our own proprietary scanner that lets you create custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, all included. That'll cost you a few $100 a year. It's included with your membership when you join TTG. You get a trading journal that tracks all your trades, gives you statistics so you can see what you're doing wrong. A social sentiment scanner that will track Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you which ticker symbols are being mentioned most so you can stay ahead of the crowd. Analyst ratings on any stock you're interested in, so you'll know exactly how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a particular stock. Insider buying info, insider selling, short data, it's all included when you guys join the platform for just the $11.20. You don't pay another $1 extra for any of the things that I'm telling you. It's all included. Every day, the mods and I publish a watch list, the stocks we're looking at, and how we plan on trading them. And then, of course, the courses. A simplified version I learned working at the fund in New York, beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it, we've got it. All in text and video, whatever is easier for you to learn. There's no upsells for these courses. You don't join and all of a sudden there's more courses, VIP courses that cost more money. Every course is included when you guys pay the $11.20 here now with the coupon code TTG121. You also get a video library that's got about 300 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we've conducted covering different topics like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, just to name a few. All right. It's time you guys invested in something real, folks, a real platform that can actually help you reach your goals. I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you join TTG, but I can guarantee if you go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one study group, and don't make back the $11.20 membership fee at least once during your membership, I'm going to give you double your money back, $2,240. That's how confident I am in our platform's ability to help you guys reach your goals. And I back it up by putting my money where my mouth is and offering you double your money back. I can do that because we've only had to refund 2.6% of our users, and we have a 78% retention rate. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121, click apply code, and then you guys are good to go. If you see a laptop and you're watching this later on tonight, you see a laptop in the checkout cart, that's how you know you're good to go. You have any questions, send a text message to 786-505-4049 with any questions that you guys have. Thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the live. Hope it was helpful. Make sure to smash the like button, turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel first. I'll see you guys all on